Good morning. Welcome to our meditation service. I am the Reverend Sherry of McCreary, and it is my honor to be the facilitator of the meditation service this morning. So I'm going to invite you all to just relax in your chairs, taking a deep breath, and just gently closing your eyes as we breathe in and we breathe out together. And we take another deep breath in, and we let that breath out. We take another deep breath in, just letting go of the getting here, letting go of the cares and concerns, and allowing ourselves to be fully present in the right here and the right now. Knowing that right here is the only place right now, the only time. And so we're just going to follow the breath now. I invite you to close your eyes, relax in your seats, feet flat on the floor. And we just allow ourselves to move into the silence, easily and effortlessly, following the breath. Feeling the breath breathing us, each one of us, the only breath that is. And so here we rest in this isness of the breath. If your mind begins to wander, just bring it gently back to the breath, focusing on the in and the out. The in and the out. The inhale and the exhale. We incorporate any sounds that we hear into this one activity of the breath by taking a deep breath and going even deeper. And so we just allow ourselves to begin to breathe normally now, gently making our way back into our bodies, back into this time and this space, back into this room, feeling the chairs beneath us, the floor, just allowing ourselves to be fully present right here and right now. Continuing to follow the breath in and to follow the breath out. Taking a deep breath. Whenever you're ready, just open your eyes. This concludes our meditation service. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. The celebration service will start at 10 o'clock. Namaste.
The issue is I'm not getting anything from Rodrigo at all.
See you all. We have to replace a battery. It seems like a battery has gone out, and the entire music hangs on one little battery. So, for Rodrigo at least. And I know that y'all don't want to hear me tinker on the drums. So, if we can have a little bit of patience, and we're gonna get a battery in there and have some amazing music for you. It's so good to see you all. Hi, Rev. Hi. Alrighty.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How is everyone this morning? Good, good. So we are waiting. We're on a little bit of a pause, a little bit of circling before we can actually land as we wait for the battery pack to be charged up. So I will just say welcome to Silicon Valley Center for Spiritual Living. So good to see each one here. I am Reverend Rasheryl McCreary. I'm your spiritual director, and I am so glad to be here with you. Well, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. And you know what? While we're waiting for the music to start, I'll just get started with a few things. So one thing I want to say is it is Pride Month. So yes, so excited today. It kicks off Pride Month, and it also kicks off our month, which is about the art of courage. The art of courage. And so in a month that requires us to, that honors folks who are really bravely standing up as their authentic selves, we'll be exploring courage for all of us and looking at what that means. So that's how the month will roll out. And I see some of our beloveds coming in from the back. And how are we on the battery?
I don't think that we have it, but we're going to pivot to another instrument. That way we can play the opening song.
Okay, all right, great. So what I'll do, how about if I do this? I'll talk about announcements. How about that? Okay, good. So we are very flexible here because we're a startup spiritual community. So, and if you have ever worked for a startup or started something yourself, you know you have to be agile, you have to be flexible, and you have to be able to go with the flow. Even with the best structures, sometimes you have to just go with the flow. So let me tell you what's going on. Bowling with the Board is happening on June 12th. Is that right? Yes? Okay. Thank you, board members. So Bowling with the Board, June 12th at 6:30. You will get an email tomorrow with your invitation. If you've been reading the newsletter that comes out on Thursdays, we've been talking about it for a couple of weeks and asking you to save the date. So Bowling with the Board on June 12th. It'll be at Bolero in San Jose. So be sure to check your email tomorrow because we'll send out something with that on it. So so we're going bowling. We're all going to go bowling. Yes. Yes. And so the board came up with the name Bowling with the Board. So we're going to go bowling, enjoy a night at Bolero, and I will be there. I'm going to bowl. My mom is laughing. I love bowling, but I'm interested at bowling. So that's all I'll say about that. So yeah, that's June 12th, and you'll get a thing in the email and check it out, okay? All right. Also today, after service, if you'd like prayer, Reverend Sherry, thank you for the beautiful meditation this morning. Thank you, Reverend Dr. Sherry. And so if you would like prayer with Reverend Sherry after service, she'll be in the corner over here, and she'll be able to pray with you one-on-one if you would like that after service today. And guess what I do every morning, Monday through Friday, and some of you are joining me? Oh, yeah, okay, I do that, yes. So yes, there's two things I do. So I do morning meditation Monday through Friday, but I also do walking with the Rev. And we've been walking the Campbell track for 2 weeks now, and we're going to do this till the end of June. We'll continue, but we'll just say till the end of June for this round. And some of you lovelies are out there with me in the morning, chatting and not chatting. Some people speed along. I won't say who. So if you'd like to join us, we meet at the Campbell track 7:15 to 7:25-ish a.m. Monday through Friday, and we walk and we talk and we walk and we're quiet and we have a good time out in nature. We avoid squirrels and geese poop. Those geese get lots of fiber and roughage eating that grass. It's a lot on the track. So it requires a little prancing at times. So it's a good thing. And as we're continuing with our music, morning meditation is at 9 o'clock a.m. on Zoom. So if you go to the website or read the newsletter that comes out on Thursday, the link is there and you can get right in there. Well, thanks to Nicole for that. It's beautiful, yeah. Okay, so I think that's all that we need to know right now. Are we ready with our battery?
Yes, we're actually going direct from the instrument. So we're going to mic it up. We have mic'd it up and we're ready to go.
Okay, I don't know what any of that means, but are we ready to go? Yeah. Okay, let's everybody get up. We're going to sing our opening song. Let's go. Thank you, production team.
All right, 1, 2, 3, here we go.
Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
I feel like that took away a little bit of our next thing, which is, actually, it did not. Joni Quintal, our practitioner in training, is going to do our call to service. I will do our invocation. And then if there are any announcements I missed, Jenna will do that. And we'll go into our next song. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. If you'll take a nice deep breath, close your eyes if you're so inclined, feel the seat supporting you, and allow the vibration of this bowl to fill your soul and carry you throughout the day.
Sound, can we please bring the volume down? Thank you so much. And how good it is this morning to simply rest in the divine presence. How good it is to recognize that one power, that one life, that one that is all that there is. and to know that this divine presence that created all things, that is everywhere available, that is eternal and infinite, that power that is inexhaustible and unshakable, that power is right here and it is right now. And indeed, it exists within each of us. For each of us is made of the divine presence. Each of us is made of this unshakable stuff. Each of us is made out of pure spirit. And so this morning, I am just so thankful to be here and to be in this space, to be in our spiritual home, Silicon Valley Center for Spiritual Living, which is a blessed container. And what I am knowing right now is that this time that we spend together is blessed. I bless every hand that has helped prepare this service and make a way for it to exist. I bless each and every individual, the musicians and the members and the first-time visitors and the production team and the hotel staff. I bless each and every one, the practitioner students. Everybody is blessed. And I know the presence of God reveals itself in the words spoken today, for I move out of the way and let God have full sway this morning. And so for this, I am so grateful. And just so grateful to be in my spiritual home with my spiritual beloveds. So grateful to be gathered together. And so with deep gratitude this morning, I release this word. It is complete. It is done. And so it is. Amen.
Good morning, everybody. How are y'alls doing today? How did you survive the heat this weekend? AC? Trees? Swimming? Cool? Getting the wind in your hair? Well, we had some really great announcements this morning. You can check those out online. I'm going to start off by introducing our band and our production team. Let's give our thanks to Scott McCauley and Hector Torres for bringing us online and our sound in the room. Our band, The Core, is led by Sonia Trejo. Rodrigo Avila on guitar and keys, whichever the batteries allow today. And our guest artist is Lauren Gucik, fully realized New Thought artist, Lauren Gucik. She began her musical journey singing with her two sisters at family functions. She studied musical theater at Indiana University and performed with several jazz ensembles. She took a break from the performing arts before rejoining Heart Song, a CSL choir at Heart and Soul Center of Light, and has truly begun to understand the healing power of music. And today she sings with Slavic music group Zele in the East Bay, and she loves giving melodies to trees and mushrooms on forest walks. So give it up for Lauren and the band, and we're going to do another song for you guys. I'm Jenna Brown. My name is Jenna Brown, and I am your praise team today.
Everybody trying to weather the storm. Trust me when I said I've been there before. I've had days when it didn't seem fair. You said the load was never too much to bear. Things I had to go through so I could better know you. It's when I know I can't do it on my own. It's the oneness that I'm leaning on. All things things work together for the good. And if you said it, then it must be true. So in the morning I pray, and when I feel like I ain't gonna make it, that's when I pray. And now I know even when it's all good, you still need to pray. The Lord hears you when you pray, and she responds when you pray. Lord, all I can do is pray. So much pain in our world, they've been taking our girls and enslaving them real bad. All the hate being spread and the blood being shed, I can tell that we need God. We've been going to war within ourselves. I know where to go when people fail, 'cause I know I can't do it on my own, that I am leaning on. All things work together for the good. And if you said it, then it must be true. So in the morning I pray, and when I feel like I ain't gonna make it, that's when I pray. And now I know even when it's all good, you still need to pray. The Lord hears you when you pray, and she responds when you pray. Lord, all I can do is pray. So in the morning I pray, when I feel like I ain't gonna make it, that's when I pray. And now I know even when it's all good, you still need to pray. The Lord hears you when you pray, and she responds when you pray. Lord, all I can do is pray. All we gotta do is pray. Pray. All we gotta do is pray.
So beautiful. Who?
That is by Corinne Hawthorne.
Beautiful song. Yes. Yes. Okay, absolutely. Corinne Hawthorne is the writer, is singer-songwriter? Singer-songwriter for that song. And what was the name of the song? Pray. I love it. Very easy to remember. Very easy to remember. Oh my goodness, let's take a deep breath. How are y'all doing this morning? Good, good. It's so good to see you. So good to be here with you this morning as we kick off this month, the art of courage. All right, the art of courage. Yes. All right, thank you, Jenna. Yes, absolutely. What'd you say? Jenna had the courage to do that? Yes, absolutely. So, you know, this month in June, there's so many things happening. This is a month of many things. It is a month, it is Pride Month. Jim, I love you, but it's disruptive when you yell out like that, okay? Thank you. So it's the month that is Pride Month, right, which really celebrates and honors the unique expression of God that is the LGBTQ plus community, right? It is also a month that celebrates Juneteenth, a time when African Americans celebrated the end of enslavement, right, and being liberated, emancipated officially. And it is also Father's Day, right? It's a month of Father's Day. So a time to really honor the father and the sacred masculine. So it's a very, very full month in June. And so courage just is this beautiful, beautiful quality that we'll be exploring through various ways, right? So do you have the courage to pray when it's time to pray? Do you have the courage to show up, to speak up, to glow up, right? To raise others up? Because all of that takes courage, especially now with everything that is going on. So that's the journey we're going to be on this month, is how do you have courage How do you practice courage with all that is going on? And how do you show up in these various ways? So today, oddly enough, our talk title is Pray Up. And I say oddly enough because Sonia already knew that and had already selected something. Oh, so Pray Up is what I'm talking about today. And talking about prayer, which those of you who know me know it is one of my favorite things to do, that I love to pray, right? I love to pray. And so I want to share with you an early remembrance I have of prayer. I come from a family of people who prayed, who understood that there was this unseen power, this unshakable power that could be relied upon to transform lives, to transform circumstances, right? To transform the external world. And so one of the things I remember, a story I remember is many years ago, my aunt, my mother's youngest sister, was ill, and gravely ill, ICU ill. And I don't think it ever was really clear what exactly happened, but there was just a lot happening with her. And at one point in this illness, and when she's in the hospital, she died. She died. And here's what we didn't know. So my aunt was in Atlanta. My grandparents, who lived in Alabama, knew that my aunt was in the hospital. This is pre-cell phone, pre-social media. They knew my aunt was in the hospital. They hadn't had a chance to get there. Things had happened very quickly. And my grandfather said that at one point in an evening, my grandmother got up and she went outside and she just fell to her knees and started praying. And he said that he didn't know what was happening. He had never heard her pray like that before. He had never experienced her in that way before. And he said that she prayed and prayed on her knees and was praying for her child, for her youngest child. And he just thought that was an odd occurrence. But my grandmother was not prone to big emotion or big expression. And so it was just very strange. And later we found out at the moment she went out into the yard to pray, it was when my aunt had passed, right? And my aunt survived. She's still here. She's still here, yeah. And I remember understanding this and hearing this recounted in the family as we were putting tying all the pieces together, going, what? And I remember thinking as a child, whoa, right? Like, could someone pray in a way that shifted someone else's life, right? And clearly this was my grandmother's child, and she was in deep emotion, distraught, despair, and something moved on her to go and pray with everything she had in that moment. And so that was one experience I had with prayer that was like, whoa, like, wow, right? And then I think it was during the same time, the entire family went to Atlanta where my aunt was in the hospital. And this minister named Reverend Dr. Barbara King, I don't know if you all know who she is. She was a New Thought minister. Some of you know her. She was a giant physically and literally. She's like 6 feet tall, regal bearing, African-American woman, had a massive church, Hillside, in Atlanta, and she was a New Thought minister. And she came to the hospital to pray with my family for the same aunt at the same time. And I remember the whole family standing in a circle, holding hands, and I remember I was holding Dr. Barbara's hand. And when she started to pray, the energy I felt when she started praying, the energy I felt in her hand, the energy I felt in my body was something I can't really describe. It was like, I was like, oh my God, like I could feel that something was happening, something was moving, that this was something very real, right? And so these are two memories, and interestingly, Reverend Barbara sort of dotted throughout our lives from that point forward. Years later, when we were at Agape, many years later, she became sort of an adjunct of Agape. So she would come in, and she always remembered my mom and me and our family, and she would ask how my aunt was doing for many, many years. And Dr. Barbara has passed away now a few years ago. But those are two memories I have early on of prayer and the power of prayer to actually change a situation. The power of prayer that you can actually feel the prayer that is happening, right? And so here's the thing, and here's why it takes courage to pray. Because so frequently, we are looking at the external things that are going on, right? We're looking at the world out there, the news blasts, the things that are happening, the crime, the violence, the this, the wars, all the things, right? We're looking at all these things that are just bombarding us right now, all of these external things. And what we want to do as human beings, and rightfully so, we want to run out and do something, right? We want to run out and do something. A lot of people I see really are just doing stuff, just writing on Facebook. Right? They're not really doing anything, but they're just writing stuff on Facebook, right? But we want to run out and do something, and prayer requires you to be something before you do something. It requires you to move into a state of consciousness before you do something. So it's a courageous act, because what we want to do is the easy thing. How do I go grab something and do it? How do I go, and it's like, no, stop. And here's why. When we look at the messes in the world, and I want to say this first, there are beautiful things happening in this world, right? There's beautiful, look at this room, right? Look, this room right now of such a wide variety of individuals who have come together collectively in love and harmony and peace, right? When we look at the kindnesses that we see on a daily basis. So I want to be very clear, there is so much beauty in the world. There is so much good in the world. There is so much love in the world, right? But what the media does and the things that we consume, it takes the negativity and it amplifies it and amplifies it and amplifies it until we think that that's all there is, right? And we lose the thread of the beauty that is. And so when we do look at the things in the world that we do not care for, that we do not want, what we're looking at is an externalization, an expression of our collective consciousness, right? Of our collective consciousness. Maybe not your consciousness, but it is the collective consciousness, right? So when we look at these things that are troubling, we look at these things that upset us, it is because we are creating collectively from a space of fear, of lack, of limitation, of competition, right? And so here's the thing about prayer. Prayer is an act of communication with the all that is. It is an act of communication with that which is transcendent, that which is all-powerful, that which is not governed by the ways of the world. It is our way as humans of communicating with that which created us. And prayer is an ancient form of communication. We have always communicated and known the divine presence, whatever name we have given it through the millennia and through the time we've been here. But we always have known there's something greater than us. There's something greater than us, right? And prayer opens that channel, right? It opens that channel. And so here's what's interesting. When we see the things that are happening in the world, we want to go out, right? We want to move this way. We want to move out. And the movement really has to be vertical, where we are connected and aligning with the divine, right? With the divine. Otherwise, we're creating and we're praying from the consciousness we don't want. Right? We're praying and creating from a consciousness of chaos. We're creating and praying from a consciousness of fear. We're creating and praying from a consciousness of anger or whatever it is, right? And then we see those demonstrations of more fear, more anger, more this, more that. Are y'all following what I'm saying? Yes. Right? So when we are praying, we have to be aligned with the divine. Otherwise, when we go to God, or when we go to pray and we're in fear and we're in anger and we're in, we want to pray for this person's downfall, and I know that's not how we are in this room, but there are a lot of people where they are praying for the downfall of someone else, right? And when that's where you're praying from, that is what you're creating in the world, right? The experiences that we see are created by the collective consciousness. And as Einstein said, you cannot change a problem from the level of the problem. You have got to move into the solution, right? And the solution is in the divine. Here's why. The solution is in the power, the presence, the intelligence that created all things. It already holds the solution. It is the solution. So you have to start there, right? Not in fear, not in anger, not in vitriol, not in hatred. You have to start in love. You have to start in God, right? That is the first step. Because when you disengage from the emotion, let me say this a different way. When you disengage from the toxic emotion, right, and get to the purity of the divine within, now you're praying from a space where there is a solution that can emerge, right? You're praying from a space where something new can happen in the world, yeah? And so here's the beautiful thing. In Science of Mind, we have this form of affirmative prayer, which you all know. It's called spiritual mind treatment. And here's why spiritual mind treatment is so powerful. And I know that there's some of you who do not like the 5 steps. It's too structured. It's too whatever. But let me tell you, can you have a demonstration or a miracle without doing the 5 steps? Yes, you can, right? What the 5 steps give you, though, it gives you a framework for getting your mind aligned and getting your mind right with God so that you can then speak the word. It just gives you a framework to do that, right? And so let's walk through what I mean by that. The first step of spiritual mind treatment is recognition. And what you're doing there is you are recognizing, remembering the divine. You're remembering that which created you. Right, you're landing yourself and aligning yourself with the all-powerful, with the unshakable, with the indestructible presence, with the infinite presence, with the all-intelligent presence. You are literally immersing yourself in the absolute truth, in first cause, in source. That is what you're doing in the first step, right? And if you really, really do that, then you cannot hold fear at the same time. Right? You cannot hold hatred at the same time. You cannot hold competition at the same time. Right? When you really let go and let God and land in that first step where you know and sense and feel that God is all there is, and God exists everywhere, in every dimension, in every location, in every place, and every space. Because here's the thing with prayer, usually what's happening is we're in point A, we want to get to point B. Right? And we don't realize God is point A, point B, point all. Right? All the points. God is everywhere. Yeah? And so we have to start there. And that is the most important step, is to take as much time as you need calling the names of God, knowing the presence of God, feeling the presence of God, speaking the absolute truth, because you got to get the dirt of the world off of you, right? You have to get the dirt of the world off of you. You have to get aligned with the divine, right? This is not it's an alignment, not a negotiation. Right? We're not negotiating with God. We're not supplicating. We're not begging. We are aligning with the truth. So that first step is so important, and it takes courage because we want to hold on to the fear that we came into the prayer with. We want to hold on to whatever brought us into the prayer state. We want to hold on to it. Usually it's fear of something, right? And we want to hold on to that. The ego wants to hold on to that. And what I'm telling you is, if you can let go of that and just allow yourself to surrender to the divine in that first step, it aligns you in the most powerful place. Because now you are aligned with the solution. Because if God created all things, then God is the solution, yes? Yes. Okay, so then you are now aligned with the solution. If God is all intelligent, it knows how to solve the problem, yes? Yes. Okay, so now you're aligned with the intelligence that can now solve whatever it is, okay? So that is the first step. Like, you've got to get aligned with spirit and let all the you know what go. Just let it go, right? Let it fall, let it go, right? Right? And really feel into that presence, because the veil is thin. It's closer than your heartbeat. It's closer than your breath. God is animating your presence right now. It's immediate. It's not out there somewhere. It's in here. It's in here. So that's the first step. Y'all still with me? Yes. Okay. The second step. So now you've recognized that divine presence. I want to say to my LGBTQ plus friends and family that right now there's so much fear, right, about what is happening. There's so much fear about what is happening, and rightfully so when you look at what's happening, when you look around, right? And so I'm inviting you to use what I'm saying today as a blueprint to get through this time, anyone, anywhere who's fearful, right? To use this as a blueprint, right? Because God is more powerful than all of this stuff. Yeah. But you have to be aligned with it to then have the law be operating on your behalf, right? And you have to be aligned with it to flip the collective, okay? The second step, so now that you have been, like you're immersed in that ocean of God, you are aware of it, you know it is all powerful, it is all that there is, you are completely immersed in it. What you begin to realize is that you are one with it. It is one with you, that there is a power within you that cannot be disturbed, cannot be shaken. There's a power within you that is, as Ernest Holmes says, he says, we have within us a power that is greater than anything we shall ever contact in the outer, right? A power greater than anything we shall ever contact in the outer. A power that can overcome every obstacle in our life and set us safe and satisfied and at peace, healed and prosperous in a new light and in a new life, right? There is a power within you that is greater than anything in the outer. And you can only know that when you know that there is only one power and presence. It is everywhere all powerful. It is everywhere creating. It is everywhere intelligent. When you know that, then we have to be unique emanations of it. We can't be outside of it, right? If God is all there is, we can't be outside of that. If God created all things, we have to be the creations of God. Yes? Right? Right? Each of us has this unique way that Spirit is expressing through us. And none of it is a mistake. None of it is a mistake. So no matter what community you're in, no matter what body you're in, no matter whatever, it's not a mistake. It is God expressing uniquely through you. And if you were not necessary to the whole, you would not be here. There'd be another rock, another tree, another bird, another whatever, right? So each one is unique. And so in this unification step, what you are knowing absolutely is that the presence of God created you out of itself. And therefore, you have the divine spark within your very own being. You have the inner light, as the Quakers say. You have the inner light within your very own being, that divine spark, right? That is so powerful. And so in the third step of treatment, what you're doing then is you are now letting that spark ignite into a roar as you affirm the absolute truth. Right? And it's called the realization step. And what you're doing is you're realizing the truth. You are speaking the truth. Whatever it is you are calling in, you are naming and claiming it. And in this step, this is not a wandering around step, right? Because check it out. You've gone from God is all there is and really sensing and knowing that and feeling that, and then realizing that God created me out of itself. I'm created from the divine stuff, and knowing that I'm the spark. I am the spark. I am the spark, right? And then you move into the realization step, and that's where you affirm and claim whatever it is. So if you want better health, right, what you're claiming in that moment is, I am whole, perfect, and complete. I am healthy, right? If you need more money, I am financially abundant. My finances are overflowing. Right? If you want to call in a relationship, I am in the perfect relationship. I am loved and cherished and honored and protected. Right? If you want purpose in your life, I am filled with divine purpose. God knows exactly what to do and where to lead me and where to guide me. Yeah? So in that step, it is where you are using the power that you've stoked from step 1 and step 2, it now fully realized through you in step 3, where you are speaking into existence that which you desire. Right? And so what is happening at that point is you are now so aligned with the divine, and you're so aware of the divinity within you, and you're speaking the word, and it has to come into existence, right? What happens in that realization step, in the quantum field, they would say it collapses, the quantum field, it collapses, and then that which you desire, it finds its way to you, right? Or if you want to think about it in multiple dimensions, it is said that God exists in all dimensions. There are multiple dimensions. We all exist in multiple dimensions, in multiple places and spaces. There's a place where the thing you're praying for, where you exist with that thing. And so when you're speaking the word, you're now collapsing time, you're collapsing space, so that that which already exists can find its way to you. Right? Manifestation is really revelation. You're not creating something, you're revealing something. And that's what prayer does. That's what the realization step begins to activate. right? Whatever needs to move, whatever needs to shift, however you need to grow, whatever needs to happen for that which you desire to emerge, it will do that, right? It begins to do that, right? Your word is powerful. It sets that law in motion. Yes? Yes? Wow. I know. A lot of energy is moving up here. A lot of energy is moving up here. And then we get to step 4, which is Thanksgiving. And so here's what Thanksgiving is about. When do you give thanks for something, y'all? When do you give thanks for something? When do you typically, in the human world, without the spiritual talk, when do you, thank you, when you receive something, that's when you typically thank people for it, yes? Right? So you get a gift, you thank them for it. Is that right? Yes. Okay. So when you went in spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer, when you get to step 4, to Thanksgiving, what you're doing is exactly what you would do in life. The gift is already given, so you're giving thanks for it. Right? You're giving thanks for it as though it's already given, right? With the same energy, the same enthusiasm, the same belief, the same feeling, the same heartfelt gratitude, right? You're giving thanks in advance because it is then declaring it's already done. It helps speed. That's why prayers of gratitude are so powerful, because it speeds manifestation. It speeds the demonstration. It speeds the miracle, right? It speeds the appearance of that, accelerates the appearance of that which you desire. Yeah, when you give thanks, because we only give thanks once we receive the gift, right? This is exactly what Jesus said when he said, "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours." That's what he's talking about. Believe that you received it. Not just believing with your mind, fairy tale imagination. No, believe with your whole being. It is done. You have it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my God, I'm so grateful. Right? I'm so grateful for this relationship. I'm so grateful for the money that's in the bank. I am so grateful for this job. I am so grateful for this beautiful community. Right? Just like really feeling and knowing that the same way you would act and feel and sense and be when you receive the thing you desire, you have to put that into the Thanksgiving step in the treatment. Yes? Okay? So that is what step 4 is doing. To me, it's like it's sealing the deal. Right? And realization, you've already realized it's there. You've called it in. You've commanded the law to work. And now you're thanking it. Now you're thanking it. Right? And that thanksgiving, that gratitude is so powerful because it is doing exactly as Jesus instructed. It is you are believing that you have received it. And then it will come. Right? And it comes in its own divine timing, and Spirit determines how it's going to come. Right? Spirit takes care of the how. You just do your prayer treatment. And then when it's time to move your feet, Spirit will let you know. It'll be very clear. Right? So you don't have to run out and start doing a bunch of stuff. You do your prayer work and then let God tell you what to do. Right? Let Spirit move you into what to do. Yeah? Yeah. So the last step is release. Right? Release. Lauren, I love your face. Lauren's like, yes. Yes, that's exactly it. The last step is release, where you just let the word go. You let it go. Like the seed you've planted, you let it go, right? You don't pick it up and look at it. You don't go talk to a bunch of people about it, right? You don't dig it back up and keep looking. You let it go. You let it go, right? Yeah, you water it. You water it with your actions and with your daily spiritual practice, but you let it go. And you release it unto the law, knowing that the law that is God in motion, God in action, knows exactly when, how, where to bring you the thing you desire. It knows. It already knows. And it knows where you may need to grow. It knows what you may need to do, what you may need to stop doing. Right? It already knows. So once you release that word, it is now just completely in God's hands. It is in God's hands. And beloveds, here's the thing. You have to have the courage to do this until the demonstration happens. When people ask Ernest Holmes, well, how often do we do spiritual mind treatment, right? How often do we do affirmative prayer? You do it until whatever it is you desire, you have it. Right? Because what you're doing is you're shifting your consciousness. You're continually spending time in the solution, in the all that is, in the vastness of God. You're continually spending time in that space versus spending time in the space of, oh my God, I don't have enough. What am I going to do? Right? Instead of spending time in that space. And I'm saying that, but I don't mean to be facetious, because we all have those moments where there's something going on and we get that 3 o'clock wake up like, whew, right? Right, like, oh, okay, I'm feeling a little, trying to get myself centered here. We all have that. But the practice and the courage to keep returning to prayer despite that, to keep returning to prayer despite what is going on out there, to keep returning to prayer, keep practicing and practicing, because it's really a spiritual practice, right? It's a spiritual practice. And so frequently what happens is we go to prayer as the last resort, and prayer is the first resort. Because it should be your daily practice, right? You get up, you brush your teeth, you work out, you do whatever, you take a shower, you do your prayer, right? It's just part of your daily practice because it moves you into the alignment and the consciousness of the all that is, and then your individual consciousness joins with this person and that 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 person, all doing their work, and then before you know it, the collective consciousness has critical mass and things flip. That's how you change the world. That is how you change the world. It won't change out there if nothing changes in here. So I invite you to have the courage this month, if you are not praying, to get into a prayer practice, to get into a spiritual mind treatment practice. I love the internet. It's free, right? There's free stuff. You can put in spiritual mind treatment in YouTube, and you can find all kinds of people doing spiritual mind treatment. You can join me in the morning meditations at 9 o'clock. Go to the website, click the Zoom link, join us on Zoom, because we meditate and then I pray the heck out of everybody in that space, right? And those of you who are in there with me know I zap you up real good in the mornings, right? Right? We feel it through the interwebs, right? And so I pray in there every day, Monday through Friday. So if you want to have a group experience of prayer where 2 or more are gathered, then join us at 9 o'clock in the morning. Spend 30 minutes doing that, right? And if not, there are lots of other CSL churches that are doing this work, and you can go to their websites or see what they're doing so that you can be a part of the practice of prayer. You can be in the movement and in the space of being courageous enough to pray when times are turbulent and crazy like they are, right? To pray first before you move your feet. Y'all with me? Yeah. Okay, let's turn within. And so how good it is this morning to be in the divine presence. Oh, that presence that is so powerful, so potent, so alive and awake. That presence that has no beginning and no ending, that is surging and surging and surging in through and as each one right now. Oh, how good it is to know God, to know Spirit, to know Source. And so knowing this all-pervading, all-pervasive presence that is palpable, I know then that it created each of us out of itself, that we are each unique emanations of the one. That is the true nature of our being. And so I speak the word right here, right now. I declare and know that each one in this space and anywhere is right now thriving and flourishing. I know the power of God is moving as courageous actions and courageous words and courageous ways of being. I know the presence of God is right now healing each one in this room. And so I am knowing that the presence is wrapping each one in love and protection and guidance and lifting and loving. I am declaring and knowing for each one that financial abundance and overflow is the natural state, and it is happening right now. I am knowing for each one that health and vitality is the natural state. And so each body temple is healed, whole, perfect, and complete right now. Oh, I'm so grateful to know that each one has divine right employment, divine right livelihood, that everything is working for good, that each one is on purpose and aligned with the divine, and I am grateful to know this. And so our community is blessed mightily, blessed. And so we take a deep breath right here. and just hold in our awareness the beautiful community that is in this space, knowing that each one is blessed, and the ones to come are blessed, and the ones who are not here today are blessed, and our beloveds online are blessed. And we are so thankful to practitioner Fran Peck, who is holding the high watch for us. And so with deep gratitude for the blessings that are unfolding here, I just simply let this word go. I release it. It is done. All is well. And so it is. And so it is. Amen. And I think we have a song coming up.
I learned as a really little child when my mom was teaching me how to pray in all the different ways. And so I hope you'll join in. We've changed a few of the words, but we'll shout them out. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let's pick it up a little bit. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This bold heart of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This bold heart of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little heart of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Courage built on prayer. Courage built on prayer. I'm gonna let it shine. Courage built on prayer. I'm gonna let it shine. Courage built on prayer. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. This little light of mine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Okay, Sonia, break it down. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Oh my goodness, that was wonderful and awesome. Thank you. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful time, huh? Yes. Well, we're at a special time in our service, which I think is called our conscious giving time. And so I invite you to each of you should have a little heart that Mary Lee is passing out. And I invite you to hold that beautiful heart that is at once your heart and your finances as we bless that. And on the back of the heart, there's a little QR code that you can use. But this is the time that we participate in the divine law of giving and receiving. By giving of our tithes and offerings, we invite you to join in this sacred practice with us. And I just want to say how much I appreciate the gifts, the financial gifts and the financial support that you give to Silicon Valley Center for Spiritual Living. We would not be here without you. And so I'm grateful because your financial gift helps us be here in the hotel, helps us live stream, and really get the word out to those who are hungry for this truth. So thank you for your gifts. So I invite you now to hold your heart to your heart. And just knowing that as I speak these words, it is true for your personal finances, your business finances, and for the collective and for our beloved center. Repeat after me. Divine love through me. Okay. Blesses and multiplies. All that I am. All that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God. And so it is. Wonderful. And Marilee will be passing the basket around. And if you're online, please go to our website, siliconvalleycsl.com, hit the donate button. And Marilee will pass the basket for donations that are here in the room as we have some traveling music. Thank you.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
Boy, the offering song was jamming, yeah? All right, I love it. Okay, so I would love to know who is a first-time visitor? Hello, hey, so good to see you. Hello, so good to see you. So our beautiful Morgan has a gift for you that she will be bringing around to you. And if you'd like to share your name and what got you here, how you found us, that'd be great if you'd like to do that.
Sure, I'm Daniel Ehon.
Hey, Daniel.
I'm from Seattle. And Jennifer Barr is how I got here.
Yes, so good.
I've seen you before and thinks you're amazing.
Oh, thank you. So good to see you. I'm glad to see you today. Wonderful. Thank you. Anyone else would like to introduce themselves? We don't want to put you on the spot. Yes.
I'm Patty Carmelite, and thank you for being so well to me.
Oh, Patty.
I appreciate it. I'm from the Baha'i faith, and from the Baha'i faith, not only did I come from love of Jesus, but also I learned about Muhammad and Buddha, Krishna, Zoroaster, and who we believe is the latest one is Baha'u'llah. And I'm really intrigued with the word courage, and clearly it's woven tightly through the Baha'i faith. But the word that it's bringing to mind too is humility. Is that we have to learn to be humble. Practice humility.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much So good to have you here today. Yes, beautiful. And who else do we have first time?
My name's Colin Hatchett. I'm the first timer here, but I know many of you.
Yeah.
I'm just searching for, my purpose, place, home. Pretty much everything.
Yeah. Beautiful. So good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yes. And did anyone else want to say anything? No? You're good? Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here. And I hope that if this resonated with you, that you will come back and see us. And I want to ask our beloveds who are in the room, please bring a person with you every day each one bring one every Sunday this month, right? Because we all need courage right now. We all need courage right now. And so that's what I'll be talking about this month. How do we have courage, humility, heart, in a time as turbulent as we are living through right now? So each one bring one every Sunday this month, okay? All right. Yes, Joni.
I would just like to thank you, Rev. You were on fire today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you too. I love you too. Thank you. Thank you so much. God is good all of the time. Yeah, because I have to tell you really quickly, and then we're going to close out. So I got here a little later today than I normally do because I was looking for this little binder that I keep my notes in everywhere in my home, and I always leave it in one particular place. And I was like, I never move it from that one place, and I tore my house up. Mom, when you get back, it'll look a little like we had a break. It'll look like we had a break-in. And then I got here, and I left this here, and Scott McCulley took it with him and brought it back to me, and so it was already here. So see what I mean about prayer, right? Like it was already here. But I was running around. I didn't stop and go, Spirit, Spirit, where show me where the thing is. I just tore up the house. So there you go. All right, so let's do our final song together, and I'll do a benediction, and then we're out of here. 1, 2, 3. I release, everybody.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Benediction, then after that the music will play, but you can talk and everything. You don't have to stay singing unless you want to. All right, so here's our affirmation. Repeat after me. Today I pray up.
Today I pray up.
I rise above fear and stand in faith.
I rise above fear and stand in faith.
I speak my word with courage.
I speak my word with courage.
I give thanks with confidence.
I give thanks with confidence.
I release with peace.
I release with peace.
And I know my prayers answered.
And I know my prayers answered.
And so it is. Have a great week, everybody. Have a great week.